Hey guys, I'm Melissa and I'm here today with a man of many names and talents, Mr. Clothier. He teaches media, English, and Latin here at Archbishop Bryan. The first question, can you break down the word imperfect into its Latin roots?
Break it down, huh? Okay, imperfect. Fect part is faccio, meaning to make or to do. And per means through, and im would be not. So, if you do something and you follow through with it, it's done, it's perfect. However, if you don't follow through and do it all the way, it's imperfect.
Do you think imperfect was a good choice for the first one book, one school?
Personally, for me it was because, number one, I like reading, number two, I like baseball. But it's a good story. The male's tendency would be to like the baseball part of it, and then you have the social aspects of it. So it can relate to both the males and the females, and both young and old people. So I think it was a pretty good choice for the first book.
Are there any movies out there that fans of the book Imperfect might like?
There is a movie with Kevin Costner in it, and it's called For the Love of the Game. And it's set up very similar. First of all, it's about baseball. And it's set up very similarly to the book, because every other inning we have some of the game and then some of his social life. So it goes back and forth in the movie For the Love of the Game, very similar to Imperfect, Jim Abbott's story.
If Imperfect was made into a movie, who would you cast as Jim Abbott?
Ooh, there's a tough one, because you have to deal with that imperfection aspect. Although it's been done with CGIs nowadays, you can take care of that part of it. If you saw Forrest Gump and you saw Gary Sinise without knees, so that part of it would be easy enough to do. I think it would be the personality, and you'd want somebody sensitive. So obviously we're not going to cast Charlie Sheen in this part. I don't know. I thought, For the Love of the Game, I thought Kevin Costner did a good job. He's done a number of baseball movies. Obviously he did Bull Durham, and he did For the Love of the Game. So I think he has a good feel for the character and the personality. So just right off the top of my head, from a baseball perspective, I think he might be a good casting.
And if a movie was being made about your life, who would you cast as you?
Well, there's Jim Carrey. I think that might be a good possibility, since we both have an affection for penguins. And humor. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I guess there's Ben Stiller, Kevin Kline, and that's about the top of the list.
Any last comments or thoughts on the book?
On the book itself, I personally like the book. I'm in my second reading of the book. I read it once for my own pleasure during the summer, and now I'm reading it in a little bit more detail for my students and for the class. But I personally like it. I think one of the first books that we did for Sustain Silent Reading, whatever, Tuesdays with Maury, had the same kind of a feel to it. So I like this book because it gives you both the social aspects, and then, as I said, in my case, it gives you the sporting aspects of it too. So
Thank you.
That's basically it. You're welcome, Melissa.